Hi guys, and welcome to another Regrowth update. Since last time I talked about progress, lots of stuff has changed and new content has been added, so I'm really grateful for your feedback because it really helps me shape the game. If you haven't tried the game yet, then go to the link down below and download the demo from Steam. And also don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell if you'd like to get notified about new videos, about Regrowth, or about my RPG, or game development, or just any other stuff I post on YouTube. So let's begin. First, I'd like to talk about how badly I estimated Regrowth size in the beginning. I've always heard that the last 10% takes up like 80% of the project's lifetime. I didn't really believe it because I thought that maybe that's just on rare occasions or maybe just half of the time. And well, that's the case with Regrowth as well, because as you may have known, Regrowth was intended only as a 2-month-long, quick, fun experience to experience the whole journey from the beginning till release and also the maintenance phase. But delay after delay, here we are, like I think I'm in 8 months in the project, and I have to delay again, and hopefully it's for the best. The 1-year mark is getting closer and closer. It's in April, and in the beginning I wouldn't even imagine that this project would take this much time. Maybe if I would have known better that it would take this long, I wouldn't have even started it, if that's the correct grammar there. So my underestimation is like 500% or something like that. So I wonder how much Eldon will take if I once we'll finish this project and start working on Eldon again. But as I said, I have to delay again because I'm working on lots of quality of life stuff and also lots of content is still missing. So I think it will worth it because I won't publish a half-assed project, and if I've invested so much time already, I don't want to besmirch it, or maybe that's just a made-up word, I don't know. So let's talk about what's new. As you can see, the main menu looks a bit better, and also the feedback dialog got reworked. Now you can report a bug and also write a feedback in the same dialog. The level selection also got a huge rework. I thought in the beginning that the old one looked good, but now that I look back and then look at the current one, it's disgusting. And also there is a new star system. You can collect stars with every level completion, and for 5 star you can skip one. This could help with bottlenecks. Also, the tutorial levels got a big overhaul because lots of you had problems with it. Now it's much more streamlined, you don't have to wait like 1 minute to see the results. And I've also decreased the number of text messages, so you don't have to read that much, but it still needs lots of improvement. But I hope it will do just fine for now. And also there are some smaller fixes and polishes like the wind direction in the season bar. So once again, I'd like to thank all of you who provided some feedback about Regrowth. It really helps a lot. And I've also started making a reusable library, so I don't have to copy and paste the common functions and utilities if I start a new project. And when I implement something new in the library or just fix a bug, I don't have to do it in every single project, I just do it in the package and then update it with only one click in every project. I think it will save a lot of time and hassle in the long term, so I can just recommend it that you should do the same. And also one thing I haven't mentioned is the new content. I've already created like 20 new maps with the existing mechanics, but I've also started working on new ones like the bee or the snail, which will make new maps as well. And I'm also planning to make a new starting level which will provide some story about the game, and also make a new final level. I mean, not new because there isn't one currently, but you get the idea. Some of you may know that I planned an endless game mode to the game, but it got benched because it didn't really make sense in the long run. But now I can reuse this endless game mode as the final level. These are only just ideas, but I think that in the end level there won't be a time limit, and instead of reaching a specific rest amount, you have to do something else to win the game. I think that this unique final level will make a good closure to the game, or at least better than just a standard level. Let's talk a bit more about map designing. I always knew that puzzle making is hard, but I didn't really think that it would be this hard. Or maybe it's just some personal stuff, because for me, puzzle making is much harder than working on my RPG and thinking about combat mechanics or something like that. I mean, I can easily get into a brainstorming mood, but with puzzles, it's really hard for me. I mean, I've spent hours and hours on trying to come up with new map ideas, but not a single one came. That's what she said. But once I get into this puzzle-making, brainstorming mood, I come up with lots of new maps and mechanics, so yeah, for me it's hard to get into, but once I'm in, it's still worth it. But maybe it's because that the puzzle's core mechanics aren't really that good. So next time I'm thinking about starting a new puzzle game, I think that I will think twice. Now let's switch from game dev. I'm also progressing slow with game dev because currently I got lots of games to play. I mean, when I started working on Regrowth, I minimized the gaming time because I want to finish this as quick as possible. But now that I've seen that it takes a lot of time and I'm starting to kind of burn out from Regrowth, I don't really want to ruin my hobby, because currently it's just a hobby after I finish my daytime job. So I just want to take it a bit cooler, and if that's a correct terminology for that, and play a bit more games with friends. I think it will help me a lot, and I will be a lot healthier both mentally and maybe physically, because my finger muscles will work better.
Go, next.
No, it's a wipe. It's gonna be a wipe.
In November, as I mentioned in the previous video, World of Warcraft Shadowlands has launched. In the first 2 months I was hooked on it, I was having a blast, but luckily nowadays I play a bit less. Nowadays I only play it with friends, even if sometimes there is a bit of a drama because we suck at arena and we don't know what to do to finally climb out of the 1200 ratings. I've been also playing Classic WoW, but my friends stopped playing it, so nowadays I just play it like once a week for relaxation. At least once in a lifetime I want to finally reach level 60 in vanilla. And also there comes the Burning Crusade expansion, which I really like to play with, because even if vanilla was the first WoW I tried, first I was hooked to World of Warcraft, it was the Burning Crusade. And I've also started playing with my high school friends after 1 year pause. Last time we played together it was Counter-Strike, but now it's League of Legends, which we haven't played for like 3 or 4 years. But before that we were really addicted to it, like for 4 or 5 years, we were really tryhard with the ladder, etc. And now we are having such a blast. And it's interesting to see that after 4 years of League of Legends pause, we picked up the game like yesterday and we still behave the same like we used to do, or at least very similarly.
User entered your channel.
And now something other than games. After a year of thinking, I finally bought a new television and instantly watched the new Cosmos series. I mean, not the new season, but the first season of the new series. But I also plan to watch the new season and the old Carl Sagan original Cosmos series. Watching this amazing series, which is also very visually appealing, on a big screen with lights turned off, it's wonderful. I've also bought a rice cooker, so I've been steaming a lot of stuff in the past few weeks, and also it cooks very delicious and fragrant rice, so it's really great. Since my time in Vietnam, I'm in love with Asian cuisine, so we went to a local Asian market and bought lots of stuff. I bought lots of deep frozen meat buns, dumplings, and lots of sweets made with durian, but they are all nearly gone by now. I also started exercising weekly, and hopefully it will last longer than it previously did last summer. It lasted like two and a half weeks. No. That would be funny. Yeah, it lasted like 2.5 months, but back then I was also swimming weekly. But due to COVID restrictions, again, I can't swim, so that's a bad thing. As you may have noticed, this video is a bit different than the previous ones. This is because I felt that the previous ones were a bit off, cold and rigid, and I didn't really want to make that kind of videos anymore. I've tried to look professional and behave like a multinational company, but it made the videos cold and soulless. I think that as an indie and as someone who enjoys doing YouTube and making games, should make much warmer content. So from now on I will try to be less serious, less cold, less rigid, because if I want to look back, I want to see something warmer. So thanks for watching, have a good day, and see you next time. Jóféle. Hát ezt jól elcsesztem.